0290 8899. The rest of Australia, 008 022 Our fax number, as you know, is 02906 8800. With me in the studio, the Prime Minister of Australia, Paul Keating. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, John.
A bit of fog in Canberra, wasn't it?
Yes, we darted through it.
Yeah. As long as it was safe.
Oh, yes. It's easy to get off the ground and get back down.
That's right. Wintry morning's not much fun in Canberra. Wintry morning right around Australia, and a lot of people feeling a little chilled by the Mabo decision, and I think somehow a lot of people getting it out of proportion. Do you think that's right?
Oh, yes, I think so. I think, this is a reasonably complex issue and a complex legal judgment, but something the High Court took the better part of a decade in deciding, and it is a milestone decision, and one which I think gives Australia a tremendous opportunity to get its relationship with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people right.
Can you understand the white population of Australia, and there are an awful lot of them, finding it difficult to come to terms with the fact that the Aboriginal people will be compensated in their minds? Now, whether this is fact or not, time will tell, and it might take a long time. That the Aboriginal people will be compensated, that they will receive more money. Stories being told that 1.5% of the population has 15% of the land mass of Australia. I don't think the people who make those statements bothered to have a look at the quality of the land mass that they have. But these are alarmist statements that are being made and cause concern amongst the public. Do you understand the concern?
Oh yes, I could see people thinking that in some way Aboriginal people are being treated in a preferential way, but that's not true. In many countries, these issues judgments have been made by governments and by Supreme Courts, and of course just across the way across the Tasman, New Zealand, there was a treaty of settlement, the Treaty of Waitangi.
Which is still in place.
Which is still in place. Now, there was no treaty in Australia. Aboriginal Australians were dispossessed of the land. And what this decision says, it's fairly simple really, it says that where continuing association with the land can be established, a native title
exists.
May exist.
Yeah, but there's the rub, continuing association. Now, if you could slip that set of headphones on there in order that you can listen to the people who are going to call in that want to talk to you, be an incorrect point of view on the subject of Mabo. Over the week and a bit that I've been back, I've done my best to explain it as I see it in light of the court ruling, as clearly and without hysteria. But still, some hysteria exists, and a lot of Australians would like to talk to the Prime Minister. Here's your opportunity. Hello. Hello.
You there, John?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, now you go right ahead. The Prime Minister is here, listening to you.
Now, I don't know whether I'm limited to a question or not, Mr. Keating, but I find that your term of Mabo, you're creating concerns by using an interpretation of a judgment. So, right, having said that, I'll say this to you. The claims that are being made at the present moment, I'm not going to mention Mabo, is being ridiculed by the Aboriginal Affairs Minister. As you have not made a public comment on such claims, do you agree with Mr. Tickner?
Oh yes, I've made public comments about them. I said that
you haven't.
These claims have got nothing to do with Mabo. These are some of these silly claims in New South Wales claiming.
I've already agreed with you that, in my opinion, they've got nothing to do with Mabo. Yeah. I'm talking there. Do you agree that it is a total waste of public funds making these futile claims?
Oh, absolutely, but it's not public funds that are being wasted, because I don't think the claims will stand at all.
Well, who prepares the claims?
Well, in some cases,
isn't the ALS and Mr. Coe and a few solicitors and a few barristers and all this getting involved in this?
That may be true, but the fact that
where's that money coming from?
Well, let's understand this point. The claims haven't got a snowball's chance in hell of succeeding. They've got nothing to do with Mabo, nothing whatsoever.
Never mind about Mabo. Why are you allowing the total waste of taxpayers' funds on these futile claims?
Well, you could say the same thing for legal aid for non-Aboriginal Australians. Why should we allow legal aid for non-Aboriginal Australians for what you may call futile claims?
That crybaby act's gone down the drain a long time ago.
No, it's not. It's just there. It's there now.
You are making the.
What's your point? What's your point?
The point is this, that you are, as boss of this country, you are allowing a total waste of funds under the guise of Mabo.
No, it's got nothing to do. Look. It's got nothing to do with Mabo. Nothing whatsoever.
Okay, good. Now, do you want another question?
Okay,
No,
but listen,
you asked me about this. I don't want to. I'm not here basically to soak up all your prejudices. I'm here to answer a few questions about Mabo.
Okay, but let's just clarify this. The point that you've made to the Prime Minister is you believe that he is allowing public funds to be wasted in the form of claims through the Aboriginal legal services that, as he said, don't have a snowflake's chance in hell of succeeding. His retort to that, which wasn't a bad one, was if the white people of Australia are permitted to have legal aid, which they are, is it not fair and reasonable that the Aboriginal people should also have legal aid?
We're not allowed to have legal aid for that.
Well, aren't we? I don't know.
No, but you can have legal aid for your particular pet obsession if you wish, and it may have justice and it may not, just as Aboriginal claims may have justice and may not.
I haven't got them. I can't afford to even walk in the solicitor's office.
Well, you may qualify for legal aid if you had a matter of substance. That's the point.
Don't try and con this whole business of putting it on to what the whites can get. The whites have been held back. I'm not arguing about one racial side of this business. I'm arguing on the hysteria that you and your government and the Aboriginal affairs have caused.
Now, hang on, just understand this. Look, just understand this point. This is a decision of the High Court of Australia, the most supreme of our most supreme national court. This is not a matter which has been initiated by the government at all. It's something that the government has to respond to put an administrative framework and a framework in law into place so as to hear and dispense native title.
I've heard you make these claims before, but I point out that this judgment is regarding the Murray Island people and the state of Queensland. It did not say, well, listen now, we're going to make this all applicable to the mainland.
I think you fail to understand what the decision means.
Apart from that, it would have set a precedent. But you're not understanding what the decision means.
But Mr. Keating is trying to have a settlement out of court. Put it that way.
No, we're not. We're not trying to do anything of the kind.
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, what's your beef? I mean, don't you think that Aboriginal Australians are entitled to any land that is theirs?
They should be treated the same as every other.
Well, okay. There. What's your problem?
I have to buy my land. Why can't they buy theirs? But forget about that racial business.
Well, hang on. Let's get an answer to that question. You had to buy your land. Why can't they buy theirs? What's the Prime Minister got to say to that?
Well, if there had been a treaty here in 1788,
there couldn't be a treaty, Mr.
then the thing is, maybe that the Crown might have bought its land.
There couldn't be a treaty, Mr. Keating. You know that because there was too many tribes and clans and whatever.
Oh, I thank you for your anthropological advice.
Well, that's in history. I'm not only talking from history. Right now,
I think you're talking prejudice mostly, aren't you?
If you're talking a little bit,
that's what you're really talking. You don't want to see Aboriginal Australians have any right to the land, and it grates on you that they have a decision here, which is a decision in justice, which you then want to focus on crazy land claims that have nothing to do with it to try and diminish its standing. That's what you're about.
Well, I'm not making the claims.